Hey guys, this month we're talking about friendships, and friendships are using your words and actions to show others you care. And I really want to play right now, but I don't see any of my friends anywhere. Playing games like throwing a frisbee. How fun is that? Now I have to run and get it myself. So boring. It's really hard to even play other games like headbands, trying to do all this by myself, and then how am I gonna know what I am? I can't see anything, so how am I supposed to know what I am if nobody tells me? And playing board games is even harder to play by yourself. See, look, my turn, and now your turn, and then you draw a card, and then back to my turn, and then I draw another card. Oh, green, 1, 2, green, your turn. So can't you guys see how hard it is to play by yourself and how important it is to have friends who are around to play with you? Let's hear a really awesome story about Elijah and Elisha.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. And now for an amazing story.
So for many years, God's people, the Israelites, were ruled by kings who weren't so great at listening to God. And so God sent these people called prophets to speak His own words to the people, and one of these prophets was named Elijah.
I serve the Lord.
Now, Elijah did really cool and amazing things through God's power. He brought rain after 3 years of drought, which is no rain at all. 3 years of no rain. And he also even brought a boy back to life once, but all through the power of God. Now, being a prophet was lonely and difficult work. Queen Jezebel once banished him and was really mad at him and even threatened his life. And so Elijah had to run to a mount called Mount Horeb.
God, I've been committed to you, but the people have turned their backs on me. I am the only prophet left.
Now, God already had an answer to Elijah's pleas, which was a friend.
Go back the way you came. Anoint Elisha from Abel Meholah as the next prophet after you.
So Elijah tightened his belt and set out along the road. When he finally reached the town, he noticed some men off in the distance that were plowing in the field. He also noticed some livestock and animals around there, and one man especially was having some trouble herding his oxen.
Get up there, Ham. Move along, Burger.
God, is that Elisha? He's just a small town kid. What does he have? Does he have what it takes to be a prophet?
So Elijah tramped through that muddy field to go meet this young man.
Elisha.
Now, Elisha blinked in surprise when he saw a prophet coming towards him.
Whoa, Burger.
Now, Elijah marched right up to Elisha, and he even brought his own coat off of his back and put it right on Elisha's shoulders. It was a sign that Elisha was chosen to be Elijah's new assistant.
Me? You're choosing me?
So Elijah turned and walked away, and Elisha dropped what he was doing and ran after Elijah.
Wait, just let me say goodbye to my family. Then I'll come with you.
Go right ahead. I'm not making you do anything.
Yes, sir.
Right then and there, Elisha tore apart the plow that he had been using for the oxen and made a fire out of the wood pieces. He cooked a meal and called all of his friends and family over to have a meal with him.
I'm leaving to travel with Elijah. Goodbye, everyone.
So Elisha set out on the road right beside Elijah.
I don't really know how to be a prophet, or even a prophet's assistant.
That's okay. You'll learn.
So Elisha closely followed Elijah for many years after that. They became really good friends. And Elisha watched Elijah talked to many kings and people in power and very important people and saw how he handled those things. So one day they departed together, and they knew that something crazy big was going to happen. Elijah was going to be taken up to heaven.
Stay here, Elisha. The Lord has sent me to Bethel.
Now Elisha wasn't about to let his friend do all of this alone.
As sure as the Lord and you are alive, I won't leave you.
At Bethel, the same thing happened.
Stay here, Elisha. The Lord has sent me to Jericho.
As sure as the Lord and you are alive, I won't leave you.
It happened once again in Jericho.
Stay here, Elisha. The Lord has sent me to the Jordan River.
As sure as the Lord and you are alive, I won't leave you.
You do realize you're repeating yourself.
So together, Elisha and Elijah got to the banks of the Jordan River where the waters were flowing deep. Elijah removed his coat, and then he struck the river. And immediately the waters parted to the left and to the right. Elijah and Elisha got to walk across the riverbed on dry ground.
Tell me, what can I do for you before I'm taken away?
Now, Elisha didn't want to lose his friend and his mentor Elijah because he had learned so many things over the last few years.
Please, give me a double share of the Spirit God has given you.
Only the Lord can do that. But if you see me when I'm taken away, that means you will receive what you've asked for.
Elisha nodded, and the two men started to walk in silence. Suddenly, a wind whipped up, and a chariot and horses appeared in blazing fire.
Elijah.
All of a sudden, the chariot flew down right in between the two men, and it took up Elijah and carried him up, and it was a strong wind that followed all throughout.
Elijah, you are like a father to me.
So Elisha stared up into the sky until the last wind and the last little flame couldn't be seen anymore. In great sorrow, he laid down and he tore his clothes.
My best friend is gone.
And glancing down at the ground, he saw Elijah's coat, and he picked it up.
I wonder.
So Elisha headed back to that Jordan River where they had first crossed the water. And some people in the distance were actually watching, some other prophets.
Look, there's Elisha, but where's Elijah?
So across the river, Elisha twisted up the coat that Elijah had given him, and he called out in a really loud voice,
Where is the power of the Lord? Where is the power of the God of Elijah?
Then Elisha struck the water just as Elijah had done. And the same thing happened as when Elijah did it. The water split from left to right. The prophets from Jericho watched in amazement as Elisha crossed on dry ground.
The Spirit God gave to Elijah has been given to Elisha.
It was true that Elisha had been faithful to follow Elijah and learn all that he had and knew about God's Spirit and who God was. And so he had now gotten that same spirit, the same godly spirit that Elijah had. It was with him just as it was with his friend.
Hey guys, wasn't that an awesome story to hear about two really good friends, Elijah and Elisha? Now, I'm going to give you your Bible verse, and I want you guys to remember this verse because it's about friends, and you should go to your school or to your neighborhood and tell your friends about it. It's a friend loves at all times. They are there to help when trouble comes. Proverbs 17:17. Hey guys, that's it for this week. So I'm challenging you guys to make a new friend this week and to also be an encouragement to others. Laters.